Are we good to go?
We're good to go. Go ahead, Dale.
Perfect. All right. Welcome, everybody. We have people still trickling in. As a reminder, I'd like for you guys to just text out your teams, invite them to join the call. We are doing a new time. We want to make sure that we get as many people aware of the time change as possible. We will continue to be marketing that change on our various direct contact groups, so your Telegram and the WhatsApp. All right. A little more people coming, trickling in. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. All right, to begin today, I'm really excited about this promotion we're going to be talking about, but I wanted to toss it to Angie to give us a little more information about our promo. Angie?
Okay, great. Thanks, Dale. So we have a couple different promotions that are going on. One that we just launched yesterday, but I'm going to start with our first promo that we launched at the beginning of the month, and that is a win a coaching session with Sinead. So a couple of weeks ago, I shared my experience that I've had with Sinead, and so I'm just going to keep you guys updated. So I'm down another 2 pounds. From where I started working with Sinead and also taking Arrow. So I'm having phenomenal results. The people that have worked with Sinead, they think that she's absolutely incredible. They've had great results and they love working with her. She's really good to work with. And we want you all to have that same experience. So in order to win a coaching session with Sinead, you just need to enroll one person. So the new promotion is starting the 15th through the 21st. Enroll one person on one of our Arrow packs or a premium pack, and you'll be entered to win the raffle with Sinead Irwin. Sinead is also going to be on our active school this coming Saturday, so you guys can get additional information from her about Arrow. So we're going to do a little bit different active school this week. We'll still have our distributors that do a business training, but we're going to do some more Arrow training this Saturday with Sinead. So make sure that you get your enrollments in this week so you can be entered to win a coaching session with Sinead. This is about like a $600 value, these coaching sessions with Sinead. She is absolutely phenomenal. And we want you guys to be able to maximize your results using Arrow by working with her. So that's the first promotion that we have. The second promotion that we just launched yesterday was purchase 200 to 479 in volume, and you'll receive a free bottle of Genomics. Anyone that purchases 480 and above will get 2 free bottles of Genomics. But don't worry, if you already placed your order for the month of March, we are going to make sure that you are taken care of. And we will be adding reward points to your account. So if you purchased between 200 and 479, we're going to add 70 reward points. And if you purchased 480 or above, then we're going to add 120 reward points. So you'll get a little bit more reward points for your purchase earlier in the month, but that's because you're not receiving your free bottle with your order that's coming. So make sure to take advantage of these new promotions. We're really excited about them. If you haven't placed your order, get your order in so you can get your free bottle. And then also make sure you enroll. So anyone that also enrolls with 200 or more, they'll also receive the free bottle of Genomics. So this is a great time to enroll someone. They get the free product. You get the chance to be entered into the raffle to win a coaching session with Sinead and maximize your Arrow benefits. So those are the promotions that we have going on. This coming Saturday, we have our active schools. We scheduled our active school for English and Spanish on the same day. Going forward, we're going to make sure we don't do that, but we'll have our active school in English and in Spanish. The English active school starts at 9 a.m. Mountain, so that's 7 Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 10 Central, 11 Eastern. And be sure to join us. We have some great speakers. Kurt Heisey is going to be there talking to you. And then we also, like I said before, we also have Sinead Irwin that's going to be joining us, talking to us about the benefits of the ingredients in Arrow. So make sure that you don't miss out on the active school this coming Saturday. Okay, and then one last thing is, as far as promotions go, we do, just a reminder, we do have the 500 Club that is running right now. So it runs February, March, and April. enroll 10 people to earn an additional $500, or if you want, you can select an iPad. So great promotion. This also corresponds with all the other promotions that we have going on. You know, enroll your people now, they get the extra bottle. It helps towards your qualification of the 500 Club. Plus you get into the raffle to win a coaching session with Sinead. So it all just kind of comes together and works synergistically, just like our products. So get your enrollments in, make sure that you're running to get qualified for the 500 Club. All right, Dale, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Angie. All right, forgive me for that little pause. I'm actually forwarding a graphic for you guys so you can spread this around so we can get excited for our medical forum happening next week. Let me forward that. We have an awesome lineup coming up. So whatever medical questions that you have, make sure you get them prepared. They are with Dr. Joseph Maroon and Jeff Boast. Okay, so get excited for that. Share it with your teams. Make sure they understand what's going on. Really hone in on those that might be new to how we do things here at ACTIVZ, and help them understand that these meetings are put on to help them and enable them to not just educate themselves, but to educate others that might be interested in the ACTIVZ line. Okay, I'm really excited to see how this one goes. All right, let me double check. I think it's, yeah. Quick set of announcements today. For now, I think that I'd like to toss it to David and or Ryan to talk to us a bit about how we're doing. Any thoughts that you might have about how we're doing, or some inspiration for us?
Well, you can tell that we're both jumping in at the same time. You're doing pretty well, Dale. I mean, I'm not sure if you're asking for a specific review on what's going on in this meeting, and Angie did quite well. And maybe if you want to speak a little bit more broadly, we're all doing pretty well. And, you know, it is, I think it is, isn't it, St. Patrick's Day today? And so we talk about the luck of the Irish and wearing green and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, in some respects, people could say that we've been pretty lucky. I like to think that we're lucky in terms of the people that are part of the company. We're lucky that we have defied the odds of most companies in terms of being around as long as we have. We're lucky by virtue of all the great people that have joined the company and benefited from the product. We're lucky in the sense that we've been able to develop and be able to offer to people some great epigenetic products. But lucky might not be the best term for it. You know, sometimes you ask the question, would you rather be lucky or good? I think you'd rather be good and skillful than lucky. But I've heard a definition of luck before, and you probably all heard this. It's not unique. It's where opportunity meets preparation. That's really what luck is all about. And I have always liked that definition. And so, without necessarily saying that I'm wishing you all the luck of the Irish today, I would say that I do hope that we are preparing ourselves for the opportunities that are out there. As a company, that means being prepared for new opportunities with products. It means new opportunities to have additional payment platforms. It has new opportunities for going into new countries. It's new opportunities for things that we can offer all of you, and we have to be prepared for that. And I think that there have actually been some opportunities that might have been good for us to pursue in the past, but frankly, we weren't prepared for it. We weren't prepared for it from perhaps a financial resource standpoint, a human resource standpoint, or whatever it is. And now we're better prepared for some of those opportunities that will arise. I think that the same thing is true for everybody that's on this call. What type of preparation am I talking about? I don't think it means that you have to be able to spit out chapter and verse on all the science and everything regarding all the products. I think the best preparation is to simply be able to talk about your own story and feel comfortable telling about, you know, what got you excited about ACTIVZ in the first place, and sharing that with people. And then the opportunities, I think, will just present themselves. I think there's all types of examples that we can come up with where people have met someone who they didn't know, someone that they went back and followed up with, somebody that was referred to them, all types of situations that they didn't really see happening down the road in terms of who ended up joining the company or who ended up being interested or whatever the case may be. But because they were prepared and they were ready to talk about it, they were able to take advantage of that. And so that's what I'm hoping will carry us through the rest of this month and moving forward. We're still doing well as a company. I'm really pleased with where we're at. And I'm also excited to be going down to Phoenix now that restrictions are being loosened up a little bit. I'll be back down there. I fly out tonight for some meetings tomorrow that Coco, Trish, Gloria, and others have arranged for me down there. That's something that I anticipate being able to do more of, as well as Ryan and others that we just haven't been able to travel like we've wanted to in the past. And that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. So on that note, may the luck of the Irish be with you. I will. People say that I'm quite full of blarney, so I will stop right now and wish everybody a great rest of the day and turn it over to Senior Thompson.
Sorry, I keep talking with my mute button on, I've noticed, and it's something I've never done, but I'm gonna do it today. Hey, check out your screen real quick. Actually, Angie, could you give me access to share my screen? Listening to David talk about the luck of the Irish, I thought that I would share this. This was in my backyard last night at about, well, late, 9 o'clock at night. And these are two of my kids setting up one of their many leprechaun traps down on our deck. That's Francis and Bowie. And that is with that trap, we
awesome.
Didn't see any leprechauns, but we did find some chocolate gold coins this morning. So we celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the Thompson household, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know how many of you set up traps late last night, but I did, and caught some chocolate coins. Dave, I'm just going to take a minute today to share a couple things. I wanted to update everybody. It's not done yet, but something that we've talked about with many of you who are on the Field Advisory Board are making some adjustments to what's going on right now. We have in the United States, we have a lot of English speakers and Spanish speakers. And we are combining English and Spanish on a single calendar in ACTIVZcalendar.com. It hasn't happened yet, but the reason why I bring that up is because last week I talked about on this call, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and on the founders call, something hopefully all of you saw 2 days ago, that I did with David, is I talked about the power of team and the importance of working with a team. And I shared some pictures, if you guys remember. If you haven't seen that, watch the recording of the founders call, but I shared some pictures that were taken in Monterey at the ACTIVZ Academy. I shared some pictures of an exercise we were doing where members of the team were supporting someone that was trying to place a ball in the middle of the circle, and it was representative of teamwork. And if you look at the eyes in the pictures, the eyes of the people helping that person, they're not focused on the person, but rather on their goal, on what that person is trying to do. So I've been thinking a lot about teamwork lately. And with the FAB, we talked about teamwork. We talked about inviting more people to the Spanish calls if you have Spanish speakers in your group, and being more involved in what's happening on the Spanish side. And if you're a Spanish speaker, inviting people to the English meetings and being more involved in what's happening on the English side. We're hoping to see more and more of that occur during 2021. And some of the things that we're planning, like Angie said, we're not going to commit the same error again and have the ACTIVZ school be on at the same time on the same day, like we're doing this week. But we have some exciting things going on. Dale asked, what we're excited about, or share some good news. The good news is growth. The good news is all the new people that are joining the company. The good news is the fact that we're getting our products registered in more countries right now, and we're going to be able to officially make some announcements here in the near future. The good news is also that we're looking beyond what's happening in the next couple of months, and we're spending some really interesting time with other potential strategic partners of the company to bring in some technologies that would be game changers for us as a company. And so these are all some of the things that keep me excited and get me up in the morning. I want to share something though, because sometimes we think about what's coming down the pipeline as a source of excitement, right? It's fun to share new things with our organizations, new studies coming down the pipeline, new technologies. I didn't say products, I said new technologies, emphasis on technology down the road. And but yesterday, sometimes it's just the small everyday things that get me really excited. I want to tell you about a Zoom that I did yesterday, because I think it's kind of a microcosm for the company right now. On a boot camp that I do with a team, the primary leader is in Mexico City, and it's made up of a bunch of phenomenal people from the US, I'm sorry, from Mexico and the United States. And we were talking about the topic of how to close somebody, right? Now, I know that this is a US update call, this isn't a training, but I wanted to share with you what ensued over the course of this conversation. And lots of people started to talk about, well, this is what I do. Carla Lopez was talking about, sharing some great tips on what she does to close people. Pedro Palacios was sharing some ideas. Other members of the team were sharing some really interesting ideas and great anecdotes, personal experiences, right? That's really what I encourage, is that people share their own personal experience on what's working for them. And then, these dynamic conversations ensue. And something came up, and that was the importance of talking about sharing the end from the beginning, meaning you don't get someone in and give them a little bit of information and then start sharing, okay, well, next, here's what you're gonna have to do. We encourage you to be a product of the products, right? Use all the products, and we encourage you to have a 200 PV auto-ship, but rather use that in the very beginning, right? Use that up front and kind of paint the picture of long-term. This is your investment. This is how much your business expenses for the year, not just for to start your business, but for the year. And here's how you're going to make your money back. So I want to share with all of you today kind of the importance of that. Share the end from the beginning, not just what are you going to achieve, not just why you're doing what you're doing, not just how we believe we're truly on the cutting edge of wellness and what's happening in medicine with our foundation of epigenetic science, but what's in it for the long haul, and using that in the beginning as part of a closing strategy. I'm a big believer in not closing at the end of any presentation. You close in the beginning, you close in the middle, you close 2/3 of the way through, you close 4 or 5 times before you get to the end of a conversation or the end of a presentation. And part of that has to do, just getting real granular here, setting expectations around being a product of the product. What does it mean when you are all in? What does it mean to own and operate your own independent distribution franchise? And so the concept of a 200 PV auto ship came up. I think it was Pedro Palacios that brought that up. And he kind of asked the team, how many people have 200 PV, right, every single month? Because we were talking about the promotion. I was asking them if they like the product promotion. And I asked them how they're going to use it to help close the month. And so he started to talk about that and said, you know what? I think we as leaders aren't really doing our part if we're not leading by example, if we don't have at least a 200 PV auto ship. And he started to talk about the commission calculator and said, that calculator works with any number, but it really works best when you're duplicating the same monthly auto ship of 200 PV, right, or more. We've got packs of 240 PV. And then someone else jumped in, right, and said, I think that's great that leaders do that. I also noticed that in myself, so I'm not going to name names, but sometimes I've not gotten my order until the end of the month, right? I'm focused on everyone else, but I don't think about my own order till the end of the month. And this young lady said, but I'm going to change that, and I'm going to get my order in at the beginning of every single month, not because I need it, but because I need my people to see what I'm doing and to hear what I'm doing. And so then we started to talk about duplication, right? And how people don't do what we say, they do what we do. And so I'm just using that as a yesterday afternoon after that boot camp, I was really excited about that. And I felt like, you know what? If everything else fails, we have some pretty good distributor leaders in our company who are teaching the right things, who are promoting duplication and duplicating the right behaviors. And so while I am excited about what's coming down the pipeline, I am excited about our upcoming active schools, our ACTIVZ academies, studies that are coming down the road, down the pipeline, new technologies we're bringing to bear. What excites me really is when I have those moments, those learning moments, and I'm able to see what people are doing to make a difference in their everyday life, because that kind of teaching and that kind of practice is what makes a difference. A lot of times, and I, because of these Zooms that I do, there are always brand new people on them, and there's always seasoned vets on these, right? Leaders. And a lot of times there's sort of a tendency where a lot of people who are new, they love to talk about how they joined because of the product, right? And when we ask them, or when I like to ask people, well, what do you want to accomplish out of this? What do you want? The answer very often, I would say 8 out of 10 times, is I want to help people, right? I want to help improve people's health, right? And while that's great, I notice that there's a transition, that as people grow and develop in their rank, right, and their influence, there's a shift. It's not that they no longer want to help people in their health, but they want to reach more people. And they realize that the way to reach more people is by empowering them economically. Because you could be very altruistic and say, boy, I want to help people. I want to introduce them to NRF2 activation, right? 1 million people. Well, there's only one way of doing that, right? And it ain't running a digital billboard. It's going and finding independent distribution franchise owners, leaders, right? Who will talk to their circle of influence, who will talk to their circle of influence, and who will talk to their circle of influence. In other words, it's the power of word of mouth marketing, right? Or social selling or social sharing. And so that transition that takes place between a new person and a seasoned vet, what I want to share with you is there's a way to accelerate that. There's a way to accelerate to touch more people's lives. And it's by setting the right expectations in the beginning, right? Talk about what the investment is for the year. Talk about becoming a product of the products in the very beginning, not during training, but in the beginning, when you're sitting down with somebody and showing them what you do. I invested in this pack and I use the products every month. These are the products that I use every month. So that you don't wait till a person makes a decision to then backdoor them and say, oh, by the way, you should think about having an auto ship. And so that's something that it's a recommendation. I invite all of you guys to do that if you're not already doing it. But think about doing that in the beginning, right? Think about sharing that up front, putting all the cards on the table and all the chips on the table at the outset is probably the best way to set expectations and to ultimately reach goals. And truthfully, how to close better also, how to close better. And so I want to share that because Dale, you asked a loaded question and I took it in 20 different directions there, didn't I? But that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the basics. I'm excited about those types of things. So it's exciting to see all of you guys here. And over the coming weeks, we're going to have new announcements. Make sure that you start sending people to ACTIVZ calendar. I want everyone here to know what all the meetings are, regardless of the language, in English and Spanish. Something that someone shared with me yesterday is they set a personal goal to invite someone, a guest, to every single one of the meetings we have, regardless of the language. So the English presentations, the Spanish presentations. And I thought that was a really cool personal goal that I want to share with you. That's all I got. Ladies and gentlemen, Dale, I'll turn the time back to you.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Apologies for the loaded question. I'll try and not load them so much in the future. All right. I'm excited. Angie, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's raffle time. Who's excited? Woohoo!
Let me see if I can share my screen. I can. Cool. Let me close that. There we go. All right. Can you see that okay? Give me a head shake. There we go. All right. Here we go. Claudia.
Congratulations, Claudia. I'll be adding the 60 reward points to your account. So congratulations. And thank you all for joining. So make sure that you attend this Saturday for our active schools. And then like Dale said, next Tuesday with Dr. Joseph Maroon and Jeff Boast. If you guys haven't listened to Dr. Maroon or Jeff Boast, you do not want to miss that call. He is absolutely phenomenal. They're both phenomenal to listen to. So they will provide a lot of great information. And once again, congratulations, Claudia.
Hey, Angie, I want to make a quick comment. Congratulations, Claudia. Not that you need the product, but you're getting another 150 points in product, I think, right? That's good. Hey, Angie, I wanted to share something real quick about Active School that just popped into my mind. I know that most of the people on this call know this already, and so I'm preaching to the choir, but for those of you who don't know, the Active Schools, while they are designed as a training platform, right? This is training. It's a time for you to show up with a pen and paper and to learn. These are probably one of the best things that you can invite a guest to, right? They really are. And I will say, going back many years, back when we used to call Active Schools by other names, Super Saturdays and other names for that matter, we saw that whenever a guest would attend or would be there, that guest would almost always get involved, right? Because while it is training and it's not an opportunity presentation, it's if a guest is willing to invest that much time on a Saturday in this case and listen to what you're doing, there's a high chance that high chance that person is going to be interested in getting involved. So make sure that we're also using these as a reason to invite guests, right? I would love to see the numbers go up, and not only distributors. It'd be great to have guests on there. And it doesn't mean that the trainers have to change what they say and somehow, be a little fancier or more charismatic or tell, funnier jokes. No, we're going to give the same training that we always do, the same presentations, and keep it really real. But ideally offer that really authentic opportunity to a guest. So please invite guests this coming Saturday. We'd love to see faces that we don't know. And let's do that each and every month. So that's what I want to add, Angie. And all that, have a great week, everybody.
Awesome. Claudia, you had the luck of the Irish today. Maybe it'll be better for someone next time. All right. Have a great week.
Take care. Thank you, Dale.